Hello and welcome back to anyone who has been following the Sega Dreamcast videos that I've been doing with the GDEMU. What I want to do here is I want to install a Kujimajig that will hold the SD card. Now I want to show something that I learned. I actually bought this one first. Let me show real quick the mistake that I made. Let me fast forward to disassembling the top. Now I've already wasted a full evening trying to get something to work that was never going to work. As some of you guys know, this is a custom shell, and I originally bought this piece right here, which I liked. I know that the color is not exactly perfect, but I liked it a lot because I like this front load design for the SD card, and I also like that you can have these SD card little pieces here where you could stick, additional SD cards. So if you wanted to have some for, maybe kids games on one, adults games on the other, or maybe frequently played games on one or something like that. And here's what I learned after I started recording and started putting this together. Once I actually stuck this inside of this custom shell, I realized it does not close. And I was like, what the hell? How did the person who made this screw up so freaking bad? And then I took the other shell. So here's the shell from the one that I had purchased. And I realized it actually fits perfectly fine. So this was designed with the original dimensions of an actual Sega Dreamcast in mind. So it wasn't the person who made it. It's not their fault. It's the fact that the custom shell, just not as tall. This, even though I like this design a lot more, unfortunately, I can't use it. I also, during the installation, I snapped this little fragile piece of plastic. It wasn't super gluing together, so I taped it together, whatever. So I might hold on to this, and I might, if I ever mod another Dreamcast sometime in the future, I have it sitting aside. So what I'm gonna attempt to do is I got another one. So this one has a little bit more of the color that you would see of the orange. Let me close this, with the Dreamcast logo. So I like that a lot. And let me get the rest of the parts out. This little plastic piece on this one is a lot more robust. Let me just compare this to the other one. And I'm not going to call the seller out that I purchased this other one from here. They made something that probably would have worked fine if I did my homework and I installed it correctly. And I would have been happy with it had it worked. So, I'm not going to call them out, but just compare the two of these as far as thickness and firmness. And this just feels like it was put together well. And this is just a cheap piece of plastic. Of course, that's what they really both are, but still, I like that a lot. But I guess the real money shot is if I stick this up in here, yes, closes just fine. So as you can see, the way that this one's designed, the SD card will then slide in from the front. Now, one of the things that I'm a little bit worried about is when I installed the last one, you do have to screw into these top holes here to get this mounted. And I really hope that I didn't strip those or do anything bad, because they do. This plastic on this is just a little bit fragile, especially in that area. So let's hope that I don't have to do anything crazy like super glue this thing in there, because I don't want to do that. So let's see what's inside the rest of this kit, and let's see what we need to do to get this thing installed. So we'll pull this out. We have the SD. Wow, that's a long cable. We have a SD card extender, and they thought clearly that I needed something that was super long. All right, so we got that, and then we got here, which is the rest of the screws. Let me see if I can get this open. All right, there are some small pieces in here, so let me just get this Gateway Restoration CD. We got some little tiny washers, and this is the button that you would push to change the disc. You know what? I actually don't even know what all this stuff is, but we're going to figure this out because we're smart people. So this would probably go like that. Sorry, I'm doing this off camera. So let me take these little footies off the GDEMU. I'm trying to take them off without breaking them. That's really important, just in case I screw this up. I want to be able to put this back how I had it. Shit! Okay, well that footy went flying, but I'm sure I could find it. Okay, let me try what I think I have to do. Take this, and I stick it up here. So it looks like we have these grooves here. Take out my SD card. And I'm just going to take one of these little screws. All right. So let's see. Stick it in, but don't tighten it all the way. I'll do the same thing over here. Stick it in, but don't tighten all the way. Okay. And then stick this in the unit where I'll go ahead and put the... Go ahead and stick... Let's see. Okay. Put the... So what I just did is I just put the GD-ROM in place. And now let me drive... It comes with this silver screw, this kit that I got. Let me put the silver screw in. And I'm going to stick it in this hole down here, which should go all the way down, which it looks like it does. And that should securely hold the GDEMU in place. So now I'll just make these a little more secure. I'm not going to tighten them all the way because I've had a few situations where I've had to reset the GDEMU. But right now it's nice and secure. Not like having these little pegs in there where it just kind of floats, but it has a little bit of security. Now it feels pretty secure. Now that we got that base set up, let's move to the top. Now, this has to face, this part's going to be facing upwards because this is where the little plunger is going to go. So this will go inside the unit like this. So now I need to stick these 3 screws in here. Now again, like I said, hopefully I didn't strip this. One. Or I didn't do anything about the SD card. Let me think about this. So the SD card extender, that's going to go in like this, I think. Hold on one second. Let me take this screw out. I don't feel comfortable pushing on this top. Let's do this SD card extender first. So the SD card extender should punch through like that, right? So let me just test this out. So the SD card should go in like this. Alright, so let's push this through. Goes through, and then it has, looks like it has 2 little screws. So now that I got that through, let me screw that in. I'll feel a lot more comfortable having this done and not putting additional stress on this top. Alright, so it looks like we're just down to 3 more screws. Okay, so there is the SD card slot. So when I want to stick a card in, I would just stick it in like so. And it clicks in, clicks out. Not super smooth, not as smooth as that other one that I got, but it's alright. We'll learn to live with that. Okay, now let's stick this in. Alright. And boy, they gave us a long freaking SD extension. Alright, let's go with the top. Over here. That does not feel very sturdy. So there may be some future work that needs to be done on this. Yeah, it just falls right through. And like I said, that's probably my fault because I attempted another install and those screws messed up the plastic. You can see they're kind of, they've been widened by the screws from that other install that I attempted. Let me see if I could drive one of those screws in here. Okay. I don't know if this is a smart idea or not, but what I'm doing, I'm using the screws from that other one because they are thicker and they are responsible for widening those holes. Now, probably in a legit Dreamcast, you wouldn't have this issue because maybe the plastic is not as fragile as this custom shell. Other than this, all I can really think of is I may have to put some adhesive in here or something. Let's see. Yeah, that's holding okay. Alright, so that'll do for now. Until I perhaps have a problem in the future. Well, I'm glad I kept those screws, but now I don't have any screws for that one. But okay, it's fine. Alright, so at this point I need, let's see, the plunger. Hopefully the plunger will line up. We'll put the plunger, sorry, I think I did that off camera, but I just took this the little plunger, stuck it through the hole, and that's the disc swapper for games that have multiple discs. And now let's bring the base up, where we will, let's see how we can do this the best we can. Slide in the SD card extension, and holy crap. Boy, do we really need all this? Put that up. Okay. Well, my testing station is not here, so let me go test it and make sure that it works. Okay. Well, it works fine, and so far I don't have any complaints. I think that it was pretty simple install. Obviously I need to play around with it. The only thing that I don't like is I don't like the fact that the SD card extension is 1.5 miles long. We'll see if that causes any issues. I did add the resistors, there we go, to my power supply to bridge ground. So hopefully that doesn't cause any issues with heating. I just went over to my little test station. Everything works fine. I think physically it's appealing. Having it mounted is nice and got a nice little click. When I click the button there, it closes nice. I really wanted this one to work. First off, this is not 10 miles long. I liked, these little side slits here, but whatever, you don't get everything you want. So I'll put the link in the description to the actual kit that I bought, and thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you as the Dreamcast journey continues or something else pops up. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.